Hi, welcome to beautiful Fort Tryon Park, named for the last civil governor of the province of New York. Today is November 14, the annual commemoration of our losing of the Battle of Harlem Heights just finished up on the left. So if you see people dressed as early Americans, there goes General Washington! Don't be alarmed. Fort Tryon Park is way up. I don't mean it's north, it's elevated quite high. Off in the distance, we're in Manhattan. That's the Bronx. Across the Harlem River, those buildings are about a mile away. Okay, back to the road. It's November, tomorrow will be the 15th, and mid-November is the peak time of the year for leaf color. So we're taking you around to show you the beautiful sights and the beautiful trees. This time next week, most of them will be brown. Don't mind the hum, the car is 12 years old. Now, there's a museum just ahead. That's the Cloisters, operated by the Metropolitan Museum, which is down 5th Avenue inside Central Park. The Cloisters is a museum of medieval art. Most of it is religious. It's the brainchild of John D Rockefeller Jr., who used to own this land. There's a Texan in front of us. A study revealed earlier this year that out-of-state plate cars are involved in 1/3, actually 34% of all the crashes in New York. Thank you, Texas. Let's take a look at the Cloisters. Now, most of the stone used for the Cloisters is from Europe. There's the main entrance. And the towers. Oh, can't even get them. Can't elevate the phone too much. There you go. This was all built in the 20s and 30s. I think it opened in 1935. The park also opened the same time. For New York City residents, it costs a donation of probably $1. Oh, somebody's coming to talk to me. But for those outside of New York, if you visit the Met and pay the $25 admission fee, then you can come up to the Cloisters for free. Just show your ticket. Now, this is my favorite parking lot in Manhattan. And Manhattan doesn't have very many parking lots. Look at the view. That's the Hudson River. Let's get a close-up, Johnny. The river is about a mile wide, and those are 300-foot tall cliffs. Up, straight up. There, I think they're shale. This whole region came up out of the ocean, roughly 450 to 550 million years ago. There's a Franciscan Convent. Well, unfortunately, it's right behind the street lamp. All my pictures of sunsets, many of them come from right here. It's just a tremendous view. And at certain times of the year, you can see that way, 12 miles north up to the Tappan Zee Bridge, which is named for our late governor, Mario Cuomo, not his son. Now we turn south. It's a beautiful museum. Some of it is gold, precious metals, and precious stones, and those things are kept in a treasury that's guarded 24 hours a day. Well, it's guarded while the museum is open. I hope you come up here. I do tours of this park. The tour takes about 2 hours, and it can be scheduled so that you get the sunset after the tour. That is, you start 2 hours before sunset, and it finishes up on an overlook of the river, just as the sun is setting behind the Palisades cliffs. There's a memorial up to the right. We can't see it from here. That honors Margaret Corbin, the first woman to fight in the American Revolution, to fight for the U.S. military. It was in the battle that took place here on November 16, 1776. And here are some of our patriots now. And a few more. I understand that women used to get kicked in the head by horses because they always had to wear those bonnets that shortened their field of vision. This traffic circle, a roundabout if you're British, honors Margaret Corbin. It's named for her. Just about the highest point in Manhattan. Just about. Second highest. We don't need skyscraper apartments to see a great view from here. We've just rounded up to the north end again. There's the George Washington Bridge, right in the center. There are miles of paths to walk in, but everybody prefers the bike lane. Now, you just saw this, but now we're hanging a left to go downhill and downhill and downhill to the Henry Hudson Parkway. North only. You can't go south from here, only to the north, and you can only get this exit from the south. You can't come into Manhattan and come into the park. Oh, in the wintertime, this area with the cliffs on both sides, fantastic, huge, long icicles. Second, shift to third. tip of Riverside Drive. Cars for hire always have to speed. I have no idea why. There's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints over on the left. Fort Tryon Park is now over to the right. We are outside the park. And we're going to come down to Dykeman Street. Then that'll be the end of the video. The park is about a mile east and west and a mile north and south. This is Isle of New York Tours, wishing you a great time in New York.